Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm not doing Friday the 13th Part 3 because uh, I pretty much didn't have the opportunity to watch it today, but I will review it. But for now, I'm reviewing the most hated of the Adventures of Chucky, uh, one of the most hated Chucky films, Fate of Chucky. It could have been such a great storyline. Come on, Chucky, his killer son or daughter, they don't know what the gender is for their monster of a son or daughter. Um, but I actually did find this movie entertaining. Like, I laughed at a couple parts. Um, but we got Jennifer Tilly back, this time playing herself and Tiffany. And I'm like, uh, I really have to sit and watch a movie with a Jennifer Tilly in a big role. I almost turned off the movie after I found that out. But come on, Chucky, Tiffany, and their spawn doing some major killing in Hollywood. And that's what I was hoping for. The trailer doesn't. It's a false advertisement trailer. You think they're going to kill a lot of people, and really, there are only three people that get killed. And I'll spoil that right now. Um, One guy gets stabbed in the stomach. That's how he dies. A woman who is supposed to be Britney Spears ends up getting run off the road. And John Waters is in it. If anybody knows who that is, he did Pink Flamingos. Uh, Anyways, he gets killed by getting acid dropped on his face. And I'm just like, these deaths are pretty lame. The acid death was the coolest death. And I take that back, four people die. Redman gets his stomach cut out. And a really cool effect. I think they used practical, but if they used CGI, it was some good CGI. And the humor, it makes you feel like you're watching a lot of humor, a lot of comedy, and very little horror. And there's a part in the movie where Chucky is masturbating. Uh, don't let your kids watch this movie. Now it doesn't show anything; it just shows him jerking his hand. And I'm like, do we really need to see this in a Chucky movie? And here's the thing that doesn't make sense. Uh, Chucky has a dick. Uh, Tiffany has a pussy. Glenn slash Glenda doesn't have any genitalia or whatever. Explain to me that, director. Why is it that the parents of this devil spawn have no genitalia, but yet Chucky and Tiffany do? Explain that to me, director. So that's a bad point. Uh, Another bad point: the devil's spawn of Chucky and Tiffany, aka the seed of Chucky. He does not kill freely at all. His When he kills, it's mostly accidents. And by the end of the film, he does get a human body. Uh, I think the boy is supposed to be around 7 or 8. Anyways, when he's the doll, he twitches his right eyelid, even though I was pointing at my left. Right eyelid. And it keeps on blinking almost like a strobe light. But I'll tell you why I happen to have liked this. Um, it was kind of cool to see something different, but wasn't cool turning Chucky into a plain out comedy. Bride of Chucky was still pretty creepy, but that one had a little humor in it. This one is 90% comedy, 80% horror. Not 80%, 1%. Hell, 10%. I keep on getting tongue tied here. This is 90% comedy and 10% horror. And that averages out to be a, a pretty cool comedy. It's got some funny jokes in there. And it can be considered an alright horror movie. That's why a lot of people got pissed. They turned Chucky into a laugh factory. And there's this big deal of them quitting killing to make it family. But I'm like, you just took the best part out of a Chucky movie. He's supposed to be killing. He's supposed to do a lot of gory kills. He's supposed to be creative with his kills. And what we got was just death snippets, meaning very little deaths. And I take that back again. There's 5 kills. Jennifer Tilly's assistant. And I do not like Jennifer Tilly in this role either, even though it's supposed to be herself and the Tiffany doll. Jennifer Tilly pretty much gets transported into Jennifer Tilly. And what I mean by that, Tiffany does a chant with the magical medallion we see from Bride of Chucky, but we haven't seen it in the Child's Play films. And I'm like, why do they have to go this route? The first 3 were really cool. I liked them. They were creepy. There was a lot of death in those. And they pretty much turned Chucky into a joke. I loved the older Chucky films. I like this one. And I never thought I'd say that about a Chucky film, that I just like it. This probably gets, in my opinion, probably a 5 out of 10 hatchets. That's being fair because it does have some cool scenes in it. And some parts did make me laugh. But, Rambo Wrath for Life, he hates this movie. He hates it for the passion. And he hates Curse of Chucky too. Which, I don't blame him. This movie, if it didn't have Chucky in it, I would have never watched the film. Because I'm a big fan of Chucky. And I'm still waiting for that one that's going to be true horror again. Not a remake. We don't need a fucking remake for Chucky. If anything, we should get a sequel that goes back to Child's Play, which they said in interviews with Don Mancini that it's returning to its horror roots with Curse of Chucky. Granted, there were some cool kills. I said kills that I thought were cool. Maybe nobody else might find them cool, but with the budget they had, I'll give them the pass. But I'm giving them a pass. I'm not giving them a full-fledged, oh, it's going back to the scariness. It's going back to the scariness. Rambo Wrath for Life and Mike OCP from Mike OCP Productions. He's a really cool guy. Check out his videos sometime. Just type in Mike OCP. Him and Matt both said in this one it was stupid and an abomination. I'm not talking about those words personally, but in my head that's what they were saying. Seed of Chucky was an abomination. Anyways, Curse of Chucky, they said he looked like a drag queen. I wouldn't say a drag queen, I'd just say a bad computerized CGI ripoff of Chucky. And if anybody remembers in the trailer for The Curse of Chucky, there's a part where a woman sticks her finger in Chucky's mouth. There's a lot there that was pretty cool. It was a pretty cool thing to do. But yet the endings don't match up. It's like they put three endings in one Chucky movie. So, again, 5 out of 10 hatchets. That's being generous. Because I did find it really entertaining at some points. But they say right there you're going into a comedy, depraved and hilarious. This is the R-rated version. I don't really know what the difference is between the unrated. I have seen the unrated version. I don't see any difference. Just a little snippet where Jennifer Tilly's having a conversation with Redman. It goes on for like... In this version, it takes about maybe a minute to 2 minutes. The conversation in the unrated takes about 5 to 6 minutes. And I'm like, did we really need that and call it unrated? No. If there are any Chucky movies to see, it's the first two. And the third one you can see just to see it. If you want to know my rant, or it's not even a rant, sorry. If you want to see the last good, great Chucky movie, check out the third one. And another thing, why the hell is Chucky not human yet? Not human as in a human being, but why doesn't he turn into the bloody mess we know and love within the Chucky films where he's turning human again? And this time around, he's trying to possess Redman. And by the end of the movie, he's like, I give it up. I'm not ashamed to be a killer. I'm proud of it. And then he says, I am Chucky, the killer doll. And I thought that was pretty cool, but we come all this way just for him to say, I'm gonna just choose to be a doll. We came all that fucking way and this is what we got. Why? Answer that to me, Don Mancini. Or Mancini, whatever you want to be called. Mankini, big butt asshole, fucker. Making Chucky to be stitch-faced through most of the three films. Yes, I spoiled Curse of Chucky. He rips off his whole face, and underneath it, as this. This is what we get. Pretty much a sequel to Seed of Chucky, without the seed being there. But Tiffany is there, and I'll rant more on it when I get around to reviewing Curse of Chucky, because that one, I liked it to some point, to some eensy bit point. It had some pretty cool kills. Lame kills, but they were pretty cool in my eyes. So anyways, if you want to see my rant / review over Curse of Chucky, you can check that out. This has more better points than what Curse of Chucky had, and that's sad because with that one I had really high hopes for. This one I didn't really have a whole lot of high hopes. Anyways, Bride of Chucky was the last time we get to see a creepy Chucky. I agree with Matt and Mike on this. Chucky in the Curse of Chucky, he does look like a drag queen. Anyways, I've talked for 14 minutes about this film, and I could only find a couple good points in it. The kills were pretty interesting. Not something you can write home about, but they were some pretty good kills. I don't know what to call this. Should I call it a review or a rant? Hell, I'll probably call it both, but more of a rant than anything. So, anyways, hopefully you guys and girls out there are enjoying my reviews over some bad movies and some good movies. I liked this, but it's got some stupid parts in it. Why do you have to do that, Don Manchin? Why can't you go back to the beginning? Back when Chucky was creepy and a all-around badass. He he's got more one-liners than a motherfucking Ash from Evil Dead, and I like the Evil Dead movies. Well, I love the Evil Dead movies, but do we really need Chucky to have 6 sequels? Well, we get 3 bad ones. Well, three, two, two all right ones, and one that I can watch as a time waster. And that third one, right here, looking at the third finger right there, that's what Curse of Chucky gets. I liked it, but it deserves flip off. Fuck you, whatever you want to say. Fuck off. Fuck you, fuck off. If you liked the film, with it being scary, if you liked Curse of Chucky, I'm not going to be mad at you for it because everybody has a fucking opinion. And I'm not downing anybody's opinion. If you liked it or loved it, uh, you can. It's your opinion. I'd love to see Alpha Omega Sin review Chucky movies, even though he does video games and talks about video games a lot because he's a big gamer. I'd like to see his views on the Chucky films go all the way from 1 all the way up to Curse of Chucky, which they call, in some way, Child's Play 6. They call this Child's Play 5. And they call Bride of Chucky Child's Play 4. These movies have nothing to do with the original 3. So anyways, that's my review slash rant over Seed of Chucky, and me talking a little bit about Curse of Chucky. I love the Chucky movies, and I find stuff within each of these that I happen to like. But why are you turning this into a fucking comedy, man? Don Mancini. Fuck, fuck Don Mancini. That's all I can say. He doesn't know how to write, and the only thing he's really good at is a little bit. Directing wise, he still sucks, but I'll give him the pass because he did go and make a good horror movie. Child's Play, Child's Play 2, and Child's Play 3. If you want to know my review over those, check them out. I did a review of 1, 2, and 3 for my Halloween edition reviews back in 2011. So check those out. I made a playlist, and I reviewed more good ones than I did bad ones, but in most people's cases, they were some pretty bad ones. Like Scarecrow was one of them. I know it's a bad movie, but I found enjoyment out of it. But this gets 5 out of 10 hatchets. So, stupid glare. And this is the last part we see Chucky. And in the end, I dropped the piece of shit. If you like this film more, like if you love this film, I'm not gonna knock you for it. But I only liked the film. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. But that's my review rant over Seed of Chucky. Ugh. I can watch it as a time waster. That's the best thing I can say about this film. You see that poster behind me? Insane Clown Posse, they could do a better horror movie with Seed of Chucky, Curse of Chucky, Bride of Chucky. When are we going to see a true Child's Play film? And I'm not talking about the fucking remake we're supposed to get. And you don't like my language? Fuck off! If you're against swearing, think about this. Type in ass when you're looking at the King of James Bible. That's got a lot of definitions for the word ass. And I'd wonder what they'd have a definition for if I put Chucky in. Oh, thou shalt not watch the new Chucky movies. Yeah, I know I sound a little bit like an atheist. I'm alright with religions. If you want a religion, go ahead. Go to being Jewish, go to being Christian. I'm not a religious person, but I do believe in God, if that makes any sense. But anyways, peace. Seed of Chucky. Oh, there, close range. Here, let me move a little bit. I'm surprised this was laying out while I was talking about Seed of Chucky. If you want to see a great Chucky movie, see this. See Child's Play 3. See Child's Play 1. See the original franchise. The first three are the best ones. And yes, call me old school for having a VCR. I don't care. I am still gonna buy Curse of Chucky just to have it for my collection. That's why I bought Seed of Chucky, to add it to my Chucky collection. Because there are some good points, but mostly bad points. And my throat is getting a little dry, so I'm gonna get off here now. Get off, very funny. I'm getting off now. So, see you back with another review. Hopefully of a great film. Hopefully of a good film. Hopefully one that's better than Seed of Chucky. So, anyways, peace. And fuck you, Don Mancini.